has it set in, Adam, that Trump won among you all? And have you started to really process what may have gone wrong, especially when it comes to Gen Zers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it set in, and I think everybody has their favorite explanation as to why Trump won, but I think it's really simple. Kamala Harris lost for the same reason that Trump lost back in 2020, and that's people voting against the status quo. People aren't happy with prices, people aren't happy with the incumbent administration, and you can see incumbents across the globe losing. So I honestly don't think this was some massive realignment of Gen Z that we can't get them back to the left. I think it's just the economy across the globe. People are not happy.
Evan, you're one of the people who left the Democrats and voted for Trump. What pushed you over?
Yeah, so exactly what Savannah was just saying earlier in the segment. I think that Kamala Harris wasn't really addressing the economic needs of people in this country. We've seen inflation at an all-time high. She did present some economic ideas like implementing small business loans and stuff like that. But Donald Trump was out there every single day talking directly to the voters, giving real policy proposals like no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, things that would infuse a real change directly into their lives right now. And so I think he ran on a campaign of economic populism, and she did not. And that's ultimately the main reason why the Democrats did not win this election. I think another thing that Adam didn't mention is that among Gen Z especially, all of these proxy wars that the Biden administration has promoted throughout the world are also deeply, deeply unpopular, And so I think that especially when looking at Gen Z, they're pretty anti-war, they're more in tune to these things than maybe previous generations were, just because of things like social media. And, I think that it was a combination of the economy, it was a combination of foreign policy, and it was also the fact that Kamala Harris was not authentic. Donald Trump was out there making politically incorrect jokes. Gen Zers want to laugh again, right? We don't want to be all uptight and like we're speaking to an HR, corporate executive person. And that's exactly how she came across. And so I think it was a combination of all those.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think a lot of people were waiting for like an almost far left meltdown over the last week. And a lot of people have been quiet, but there have been some very strange outbursts. The most recent I want to read you, it's from Rachel Zegler, who is Disney's newest Snow White. She was in the Hunger Games. Everybody knows her. She posted really an election rant on Instagram. Look at this. She said, this was on November 6th. I find myself speechless in the midst of this. There is a deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatens our democracy. Get the F off Elon's app, by the way. The F are you doing? May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. I mean, Adam, you read this. This is obviously a Gen Zer, a celebrity. Come on, I mean, may they never know peace? What do you make of it, Adam?
I think that it's funny you said you were expecting a far left meltdown and you quoted some 22-year-old actress from Hollywood, but you refused to admit or you refused to acknowledge that the former president, the president-elect, refused to concede the last election. He hasn't conceded to this day. After that election, he made up lies about widespread election fraud, and people stormed the Capitol. So the idea that the far left is melting down because some 22-year-old actress said some cringy, corny thing on Instagram is totally absurd. You're ignoring Donald Trump's insane apocalyptic rhetoric, but I do want to respond to what Evan said. Evan said something to the effect of Donald Trump ran on actual economic policies. Yeah, all of his policies regarding the economy, beyond just the rhetoric about no tax on tips, his main economic proposal is a 20% blanket tariff on all imports in the United States. If you think prices went up over the past 4 years, wait until that happens. You also said Gen Z voted due to all the wars across the globe, the proxy wars. I mean, foreign policy was on the last concern of Gen Zers, and most Gen Zers are probably pro-Ukraine. That's not a proxy war. That's us defending their sovereignty.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, Click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.